I keep a list of what new movies I've watched in a year, so for 2018 I have... And in 2020 I have... It's a good movie. It can be easy to call this year a wash, so I want to take a look at what some people have been doing here on YouTube as a way of hyping myself up. What do I mean? Well, for example, Polygon went on an absolute tear of video essays this year. Not just the evergreen Unraveled with bangers like Can Mario Retire, but looking at Bruce Lee's impact on video games, the walking of walking simulators, and speculative fiction about what if Digimon had won. Oh, and the best duo of interviews between Ben Schwartz and Patrick Gill, but that's outside of the essay realm. Speaking of, I made a couple of videos about video games this year. Here's one about Kirby's Epic Yarn, Scope the Dooblydoo. I am proud of that fireplace. I should do that gag more often. There we go. We also got the fantastic animation series Bigtop Burgers from Worthy Kids with an absolute banger of a theme song. It's bright and beautiful, and the full season 1 is compiled into an Adventure Time length episode. So treat yourself to those animations. You can also treat yourself to my animations. I did a couple this year, and I was going to do a couple more, but I kept swapping between which two I wanted to do, which is The Real Video Killer. But I did Bed Smell Bad, which is a MBMBAM bit, which I realized didn't have an animatic, so I spent a couple hours one morning rectifying that. But this already makes me want to go back to those other animations, so this video's working. There's a video I saw that melted my brain, and I want to tell you about it. It's a guy who makes a submarine out of Lego and an IKEA Tupperware. It's a chill exploration of a goal and how to solve it. It's spectacular, as is the rest of the channel. But you get the formula of this video by now, right? Well, I didn't make a video about Lego this year, an oversight across the whole channel, really. I did make an instructional video that I think is a real game changer. Check out how to fold a fitted sheet over on Let's Play. But I think two projects really stood out as instant classics, the kinds of videos that I'm going to be revisiting for a long, long time. The first is the Secret Base super documentary about the Seattle Mariners. It's an epic look at the whole of a sports team's history that never lets up being interesting. It has all of the charm, wit, and emotion of any John Boyce production, but with a focus that delivers on breadth and depth. And let me be clear, I don't give a lot about sports. The folks over at Secret Base keep tricking me into thinking I can, but I really, really don't. And still, it's everything I never knew I wanted to know about the Seattle Mariners, and little more. It's not often that something over 3.5 hours long doesn't overstay its welcome, but here we are. Similar to how John Boyce and Alex Rubinstein condensed decades of Mariners history into just the highlights of a couple of hours, I condensed the whole of the movie Spotlight into the time that the people in the movie Spotlight say the word Spotlight. It's basically the same, right? That's a joke. Well, the video exists, but please watch my Star Wars one instead, please. And lastly, well, I can't cap this off any other way. It's the video that I watched 3 days in a row, and once more for good measure. Dan Olson's In Search of a Flat Earth. So I like the craft of video essays a lot. I think it's really great trying to think about how information gets delivered. And this has been part of the joy, for example, of seeing Carlos Massa go independent this year and seeing him build a new kind of style from his work at Vox. Different audiences call for different messages and different ways to deliver that message. In Search of a Flat Earth is a very well-constructed video essay that has become, as far as I'm concerned, the new high to clear for all other video essays. It understands its medium. Where a documentary may try to seem objective, a video essay has a reliance on an editorializing personality. And in that way, it can be forward about what it's trying to do and confront its biases or inclinations. For example, early on, Olson points out that debunking Flat Earth isn't likely to change the minds of Flat Earthers, but also that it's really fun to do. So he does a couple of fun debunkings. They are engaging, as a video need be for the algorithms, but they're purposeful. He makes it clear that his video is not trying to convert, but to inform and convince other outsiders. The video understands its audience, which gives the debunking exercise a clearer purpose. I could make a whole video analyzing the construction and rhetoric of this or a few other video essays, and maybe I will in the future, but this video has a different purpose, a different audience. This video has been for me to get excited about what I've been inspired by, what I've made, and what I'm going to make. My last video was a look at the public internet inspired by PBS Idea Channel, and I had a blast making it, and I hope you check it out, but I'm also making a part 2 to that. And so I want to keep myself inspired and make sure that I can make something that I'm proud of. And with that, I feel adequately pumped to make new things. I'll see you in a better tomorrow.